Good morning friends. In my series of tutorial videos on TDS, till now I have covered 4 major sections which are most relevant for NGOs and are usually very confusing for them too. I hope I had been able to explain them well and must have brought a lot more clarity on TDS deduction under those sections. Today, I will take you through a detailed analysis and understanding of section 194J TDS on professional and technical services. What makes section 194J different from other sections but very similar to section 194I which we discussed about in our earlier video is that in section 194J2 there are two rates of TDS which depend on the nature of services. I repeat, what makes section 194J different from other sections but very similar to section 194I which we discussed earlier is that in section 194J2 there are two rates of TDS which depend on the nature of services. So first let's see what the section 194J says. Any person not being an individual or a Hindu undivided family who is responsible for paying to a resident any sum by way of fees for professional services, fees for technical services, or any remuneration or fees or commission by whatever name called other than those on which tax is deductible under section 192 to a director of a company, or royalty, or any sum which is referred in section 28 clause 5a, shall at the time of credit of such sum to the account of the payee or at the time of payment thereof in cash or by issue of check or draft or by any other mode whichever is earlier, deduct an amount equal to 2% of such sum in case of fees for technical services or royalty, where such royalty is in the nature of consideration for sale, distribution or exhibition of cinematographic films, and 10% of such sum in other cases as income tax on income comprised therein. So from the definition, I guess you must not have understood anything. Before moving on to the topic further, let's analyze few important aspects of this section so that you understand what was discussed in the provision. At the time of credit of such sum to the account of the payee implies that once the invoice is entered in the books of accounts and the payee is credited, TDS have to be deducted irrespective of whether the payment is made or not. It's then mentioned or at the time of payment whichever is earlier, which implies that even if advance payment is made irrespective of whether the invoice is given or not, TDS have to be deducted on each such advance payment if the amount shall cross the specified threshold limit on final payment. The section clearly lists out the nature of payment on which TDS under section 194J shall be applicable. It's also evident that there are two rates of TDS based on the nature of payment. 2% for technical services and specific nature of royalty, and 10% on rest of the services as listed out in section 194J. Please note that the legal status of payee, I repeat, legal status of payee shall not have any effect in the rate of deduction. Now let's see what is the threshold limit for deduction of TDS on payment of professional or technical services. Clause B of the first provision to this section specifies the threshold limit for deduction of TDS. It says, where the amount of such sum, or as the case may be, the aggregate of the amount of such sum credited or paid or likely to be credited or paid during the financial year by the person to the account of the payee does not exceed 30,000 rupees in case of fees for professional services, 30,000 rupees in the case of fees for technical services, 30,000 rupees in case of royalty, and 30,000 rupees in case of any other sum as listed out. So as per this proviso, it's clear, it's very clear that TDS have to be deducted only when the amount of each nature of service as listed, I repeat, each nature of service as listed in the section from the same person is more than rupees 30,000 in a financial year. I again repeat it for more clarity. TDS have to be deducted only when the amount of each nature of service from the same person is more than rupees 30,000 in a financial year. Let me bring more clarity on this through an example. Suppose Mr. A, who runs a software company, provides both professional and technical services to say ABC Trust. The annual payment to be made to Mr. A is rupees 75,000. So let's discuss case 1. The professional services consists of rupees 50,000 and the balance rupees 25,000 is in the nature of technical services. So TDS shall be applicable only on rupees 50,000, that is the professional services, and not on the technical services, since the latter is within the threshold limit. Coming to case 2, if both the professional services and technical services exceeds rupees 30,000 individually, then TDS shall be deducted on entire rupees 75,000 irrespective of any bifurcation between the two. Now comes the most important part of the section, the explanation to section 194J, which provides us with the definition of all the nature of services. For our understanding, what are professional services, what is technical services, what is royalty, has been defined in explanation to section 194J. So the first explanation is on professional services, which means services rendered by a person in the course of carrying on legal, medical, engineering or architectural profession, or the profession of accountancy or technical consultancy or interior decoration or advertising or such other profession as is notified by the board, which is the Central Board of Direct Taxes, for the purposes of section 44AA or of this section. Coming to the definition of fees for technical services, it's mentioned that it shall have the same meaning as in explanation 2 to clause 7 of subsection 1 of section 9. I repeat again, it's given that it's explanation 2 to clause 7 of subsection 1 of section 9. The fees for technical services shall have the same meaning. And what is that? Let us see. In that particular explanation 2 of clause 7 as laid down, it has been defined that any consideration for rendering of any managerial, technical or consultancy services, including the provision of services of technical or other personnel, but does not include consideration for any construction, assembly, mining or like projects undertaken by the recipient, or consideration which would be income of the recipient chargeable under the head salaries. So basically, any consultancy which is related to managerial technical services is falling under the fees for technical services. Moving on to the definition of royalty, it's again given that it shall have the same meaning which is there in explanation 2 to clause 6 of subsection 1 of section 9. So fees for technical services was defined by the clause 7 and royalty is defined in clause 6 of the same section and subsection. Now what's mentioned in that explanation, let us see. So as per the explanation, royalty means consideration for the transfer of all or any rights in respect of a patent, invention, model, design, secret formula or process or trademark or similar property. The imparting of any information concerning the working of the patent, invention, model, design, secret formula or the process or trademark or similar property. The use of any such property which is defined earlier. The imparting of any information concerning technical, industrial, commercial or scientific knowledge, experience or skill. The use or right of any such knowledge, experience or skill. The transfer of all or any rights in respect of the copyright, literary, artistic or scientific work, or the rendering of any services in connection with the activities so listed in the explanation. So to summarize the definition of royalty, basically sharing of any rights or patent or information related to any skill, knowledge, design or any other intangible assets for which payment is given is covered under the definition of royalty and is chargeable to TDS under section 194J. I repeat, the definition of royalty covers basically sharing of any rights or patent or information related to any skill, knowledge, design or any other intangible asset. So very exhaustive definitions have been provided by the explanation to the section 194J for all the nature of services which are covered by the section, and I hope I have been able to develop some clarity on this section too. For any clarification you can contact us or comment below. Thank you.